exclusive OR? Whenever you are working with the bitwise exclusive OR, the output is 1 if the corresponding bits of two operands are opposite. Okay, whenever you have two bits and two bits are opposite, then the output is 1. Otherwise, in all other cases, it returns 0. See the table, that will be clear to you. 0, 0, no opposite bits, same bits. So in this case, 0. 0, 1. 1 bit is 0, 1 bit is 1. So opposite bits. In this case, the output is 1. And third case, first bit is 1, second bit is 0. Even though those two are opposite, right? One bit is 1, and second bit is 0. In this case also that returns 1. 1, 1, two are same, not opposite. So in this case, it returns 0. This is the rule you must remember when you are working with bitwise exclusive OR, that is represented with caret symbol. Same example, 1225, but the operator we are using here is bitwise exclusive OR. Whenever you have two opposite values, then only the output is 1. Okay. In all remaining cases, the output is 0. These are also opposite and 1. All remaining cases, that is 0, and that is converted into the decimal. The decimal value is 21. About exclusive OR. Now, bitwise complement, very simple. This is also called bitwise NOT operator. Bitwise complement operator is a unary operator. In the last session, I covered what is the meaning of unary operator, binary operator. Unary operator means it works with only one operand or simply one variable. Only one operand is enough to work with bitwise complement. So in the previous case, that is bitwise AND or exclusive OR, we used two values now, 12 and 25. Two operands. Compulsory, you must use at least two operands while working with bitwise AND or NOT. But coming to the bitwise complement, only one operand is enough. That's why it is called unary operator. And coming to the functionality of the bitwise complement, it changes ones to zeros and zeros to 1. Simple. If you apply bitwise complement, the digits, binary digits changes. One bit is changed as 0 and zeros bits are changed to 1s. See, only one variable because this is a unary operator. If input is 0, if you are applying bitwise complement, the output is 1. If the output is 1, the input is 1, the output is 0. Simple, very simple. And this is somewhat next level. Let me go for next one. Then left shift operator. So by the name you can understand it. It is used to shift the specified number of the bits to the left hand side. Left shift. It is used to shift a particular number of the bits to the left hand side. Okay, that is called left shift operator. This is also called signed left shift operator. Nothing but it keeps the sign bit as it is. Right? And whenever we are implementing left shift operator, some positions are vacated and those vacated positions are filled with zeros. I will show you that. For example, this is a shortcut, variable name, left shift operator, number, how many number of the bits you want to shift to the left hand side. You will get some answer after performing this, but you can calculate that answer by using simple formula x into 2 power n. Suppose x less than, that is double less than 2. X into 2 power 2 becomes the answer. Okay. See this. For example, I have x where x value is 12. X is a variable. I stored 12 in that variable x. And I am converting that 12 into the binary digit values, binary system. So this is the value that is equivalent to the 12. in the binary system. 12 is in the decimal, this value in the binary system. Then what happens if we write x left shift 1? Nothing. What is the meaning of x left shift 1? I want to move each and every bit to the left hand side by 1 position. Observe here very carefully. So like this bit, focus here, this bit is moved to the one cell to the left hand side. Okay, the same way this bit is moved one place, nothing but in the backward. Okay, one place to the left hand side. In the input, it is in the second cell. This is input one. Okay, in the output, that is in the third cell, because it moved to the left hand side by 1. Right? Next, 1. This is also moved to the left hand side by 1. Like that, all the values should be moved to the left hand side by 1, because we are writing 1 here. If you write 2, all the bits must be moved to the left hand side by 2 places. Like you can take any number. Okay. Now see, all the values should be moved to the left hand side by 1. And here you may get the doubt. Here we have the empty place now. No value here. Now that vacated place is filled with 0. See here, this vacated place is filled with zeros. Now this value is converted into the decimal value. That value will be displayed as an output. This is about left shift operator. Clear, I hope. So this is a shortcut or formula. See, x assignment to na x left shift 1, nothing but 12 left shift 1. 12 into 2 power 1, where I equals to 1 in this example, x is equals to 12. X is equals to 12, I equals to 1. X 12 into 2 power I, 2 power 1. 12 into 2, 24 becomes the answer. So if you convert this binary value to the decimal, you will get 24. So this is about left shift. The same concept you can apply to the right shift, right hand side. Direction is changed. See this? This is also called as signed right shift operator, because it keeps the signed bit as it is. The bit positions that have been vacated by the right shift operator are filled with zeros, just like a left shift operator. And here the formula to know the value after implementing the right shift operation, the formula is x division operator 2 power I. Now, right shift operator shift the bits towards to the right hand side, as we covered. This is important point. Of course, I covered already, even though let me repeat. It also preserves the sign bit. Sign bit means the leftmost bit. Whenever you convert one decimal value into the binary number system, the leftmost bit is used to represent the sign of that number. That may be a positive number or maybe a negative number. If the leftmost digit is 0, that is a positive number. The signed bit, that is a special bit, that special signed bit value either 0 or 1. If the signed bit value is 0, that represent the number is a positive number. If the signed bit value is 1, that represent that number is a negative number. So while working with the right shift operators, it keeps the bit as it is. It doesn't change the signed bit values. It works with the remaining bits only. Remember this point, that is very important. So as the right shift operator keeps the sign bit as it is, if your input is negative number, obviously you will get negative number as an output. If your input is positive, the output is also a positive, because we are not changing any signed bit internally. Remember this point. Now see the example. X is a variable storing the value 12, and this is the equivalent value in the binary number system. I am implementing right shift operator. and the number of the bits I want to move to the right hand side is 1. X, right shift 1. Now see what will be happen. Starts from the left hand side. The moving starts from the left hand side. In the left shift operator, moving starts from the right hand side. In the right shift operator, moving the bits starts from the left corner, left hand side. See, this value is going to be stored in the second cell. In the input, that is in the first cell, but that is going to stored in the second cell from left to right, because that is moving to right hand side by 1. Okay, 1 position incremented in the right hand side direction. Like that, every bit is going to be stored in the next cell. It's moving to the right hand side by 1. Then last one is this 0 is deleted, and we have an empty cell in the output value. This empty cell is filled with zeros. Okay, this is about right shift operator. And after converting this output value, what we have here in the binary number system, if you convert it into the decimal number system, the answer is 6. This becomes your output of the program. Okay. Then last category, unsigned right shift operator. So operation is same, but the major difference between signed right shift and unsigned right shift is it also changes the signed bit. That's why particularly I covered that point in the previous slide. When you are working with a signed right shift operator, that keeps the signed bit as it is. But here, whenever you are working with unsigned right shift operator, it fills 0 in signed bit also. Nothing but it is going to change the signed bit also. Always the signed bit is filled with zeros. Okay. So this is the major difference between signed left shift, right shift to unsigned right shift. Okay. So if we apply unsigned right shift on positive number, it gives the same output because the signed bit is 0. 0 indicates positive. Always unsigned right shift also filled the empty places with zeros. 0 indicate positive. So that gives positive. But if we apply unsigned right shift on the negative number, in this case also, signed bit also filled with zeros that represent negative value, but the input is negative. 0 indicates positive. So input is negative, output is positive. So this is the only major difference. In signed right shift operator, whatever the input, the output also same thing. Negative input, negative output, positive input, positive output. But coming to the unsigned, if the input is negative number, the output is positive number. Okay, remember this. So this is about bitwise operator, very, very important concept. So before going to control statements concept, that is also very frequently asked question for 20 marks. Let me show you the one program and what are the basic building blocks we used while writing the program. Then you can understand what are the words we are using to write a program. So already I covered how to compile a program, how to execute a Java program. Right now, what I want to do is I want to explain what are the terms we are using to write the code. This is very basic program. So first point is class. Class, this is class name. You must not give any spaces for the class name. Starting point of the class. Okay. Starting point of the class, ending point of the class. A block is created with help of the braces in Java, in C, C++, Java. After that, we need to write a main method. Main method is a starting point for the execution. So this is the main method. And this is the starting point of the main. This is the ending point of the main. And within the main method, I am writing the output statement. Whatever we are writing within the double quotation marks, that will be printed as it is as the output of this program. Suppose if you run this code, you will get the output, welcome to Java programming. This is outline. Now let me tell you some more important facts. This is suggestible to save your file with the class name. In this example, our class name is hello world. So you must save this code like hello world.java. We cover this, how to compile and run. Okay. Now, so in this code, class is a keyword. Keyword means that is a word which has the reserved meaning. Class is a keyword in Java that is used to create a class. What is class will be covered later on. Just as of now, just remember, because without using the class, we cannot write any program in the Java. That's why you must know what is class at least at this moment. After we start OOPS concept, we will discuss again in detail about what is class, what is object, and so on. So first point is we must write a program with a class. We cannot write any Java program without class. How to create a class? With help of the keyword class. Then in the statement public static void main, what is main? Main is a method. Method is, suppose if you have the knowledge about the C language. In C language, we have the concept functions now. So probably function is equivalent to the method. The major difference between function and method is if you write a function within the class, that should be called as a method. Remaining properties are same. How to write a function, how to call the function. We can implement same thing in the method also. Okay, but method should be called with help of the object. We will cover that later on. But at this moment, our topic is what is main. Main is a method and main is a starting point for the execution of your program. JVM starts the execution of any Java program from the main, just like it is entry point. Suppose if you have a building or your college, we have the main gate now. So main gate is used to enter into that campus. In the same way, how many lines of the code you may have, main method is the entry point for the JVM to start the execution of your program. If you are not writing the main method, if the main method is not available in Java, JVM will not start the execution. As I said to you already, this is the starting point for the execution. Suppose the main gate of your campus is locked. How can you enter into that? No chance, generally, right? So in the same way, if you are not writing any main method in your code, JVM is unable to find that main. Due to that, JVM cannot start the execution of your Java code. And coming to the public, what is public? Why we are writing public? Public is one of the access specifiers in Java. So the main method must be a public, static, and void. Because there is reasons also why the main method should be public. Because the JVM is trying to access this. Nothing but JVM is outside of your code. If you want to give the permission to access your main method to the JVM, then your method must be a public type, publicly accessed. Anyone can access that. That's why the main method should be public type. Then only the main method can be accessed by the JVM and your program will be executed. If you remove that word public, your program won't be executed. Then next one, why we are using static? What is static? Static represent, it is a method of a class. It is a class method. Static is one of the keywords of the Java. Whenever you are declaring any method as a static, that is called a static method. That is a class property. Nothing but you no need to create any objects to call the method. Generally, in Java, if you want to call any method, you must create the object to that particular class. With help of the object name only, you can call the objects. You can call the methods. But if the method is a static type, No need to create the object. Without creating the object, this main method will be executed. That's why the main method should be static type. Okay, then we covered this already. Next, what is void? So as I said to you already, main is a method just like a function. If you know C language, it is not a new word to you. I think you may learn already void. Void represent, it doesn't return anything. Void is a return type of the main method in this statement. If you write void, the meaning of that is it doesn't return any value from this method. Okay, so from the main method also, we are not returning any value. That's why the return type of the main should be void. Then what is string args? Actually, string is a class name. Arguments is a single dimensional array. Nothing but it is a array of string type. Okay, this is the argument of the main method where args is an array of string type. Okay, args is an array. Actually, it is an array and the data type of the args is a string type. See, string args. The main method also can receive the values in the string type. We can pass the parameters or argument values to the main method also using the concept command line arguments. This is a separate topic. With help of the command line arguments concept, we can pass the arguments to the main method. So the main method must receive those arguments, right? That's why it has one argument called args, arguments. Args is a short form for the word arguments. That is a string type that is used to access the arguments at the runtime while you are working with command line arguments. See the next statement. What is system.out.println? System.out.println is the output statement. If you know C language, the output statement in the C language is printf. In Python, print. Like that. In C++, cout. Like in Java, the output statement is system.out.print or println. You must write each and everything. Okay. So in this again, println is a method. It is a method that exists in the print stream class. All these are predefined class. Print stream is a predefined class that is used to work with output streams. If you want to send some data to the output device or console, you can use print stream class, and within that we have the method println. Println is a method. And this method is called with the object out. Actually, out is an object of the print stream class. Out is an object of the print stream class. With help of this object name, we can call the method. And these are available in a predefined class named system. System is a predefined class name. This is used to work with the system related actions like receiving the input, sending the output to the console or other devices, displaying the error information, so on. So system related works we can do with help of the system predefined class. And out is the object of print stream. Println is a method that available in the print stream class. So this is a brief explanation about the each and every terminology whatever we use generally in our code. So if you understand this terminology, you can write the code easily. No. Let us start a very important topic, that is control statements. Now see, we covered already operators concept, right? I will share this document with you. See, we have some examples. Try to execute these programs. Okay. See, class name, public static void main string args. Forget about this. We will cover this in the exception concept. And int A assignment 20, B assignment 3, and system.out.println. If you write anything within the double quotation marks, that will be printed as this. Place symbol, this is called concatenation operator. And A plus B, the A plus B value is displayed here. Okay. So this is very simple program to implement addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, modulus division. Like we have some basic programs here. Just try to implement this, and we covered these topics already. What is operator, types of the operators. Okay. Increment and decrement operator means if you want to decrement a value by 1, go for the decrement operator. The symbols we used to represent decrement operator is minus minus. If you want to increment a value by 1, go for the increment operator, that is plus plus symbol we used. So if you have the knowledge of C, that is same thing, whatever you know, the same thing applicable in Java also. Then conditional operator. So this is also called ternary operator. Conditional operator. This is also called ternary operator. The syntax of the ternary operator is expression 1. Already I covered what is expression. Expression is the combination of operators, operands, and constants also. Expression 1, question mark. Expression 2, colon. Expression 3. Of course, you need to write semicolon also at the end of the expression 3. Okay. This is the syntax to implement conditional operator. See the example. Suppose int A assignment 10, B assignment 20, and B is a third variable name. A greater than B question mark. In this example, A greater than B is a expression 1. This is one expression because expression is a collection of or combination of operators and operators, operands and operators. So here A is one operand, B is another operand, and operator is greater than. So expression 1 question mark expression. So expression may be a single operand also. Okay. Expression may be a single operand also. A expression 2. This is expression 2. Colon expression 3. Nothing but colon B. If you want to create any expression, that is up to you. Different examples you can try out. Now see, first the execution procedure is, first this will be evaluated. Expression 1 will be evaluated. If the expression 1 returns true, this expression 2 value will be assigned to this variable, whatever we have at the left-hand side of the assignment operator. Listen carefully. If this expression 1 returns false, the expression 3 value will be assigned to this variable. Let me repeat. If the expression 1 returns true, expression 2 value will be assigned to this variable. If this expression 1 returns false, this expression 3 value will be assigned to this variable big. So evaluate this. A greater than B question mark. A value is 10. B value is 20. 10 greater than 20? No, false. If it is false, expression 3 value will be assigned to the big. What is the value of B? 20. So 20 will be assigned to the big. Now, if you want to print, already just now we covered na system.out.println big within the parenthesis, you need to write the variable name big. Now, the value whatever the big variable has, that will be printed as an output. That is 20, because 20, that is b value, is assigned to the big because expression 1 evaluates to false. For example, if I write a less than b here, a less than b, 10 less than 20, yes, true. In this case, expression 2, that is a, that will be assigned to the big, nothing but a value is 10. So the output is 10 here in this case. Like that, you must understand about conditional operator or ternary operator. Already we cover this bitwise, right? Left shift, right shift. Dot operator is used to access the variables or to call the methods. We will implement that later on after starting the concept of OOPS. Now, let us start control structures concept, or some people may call it as control statements. That is also valid. Control structures or control statements. So what is the use of control statement actually? As you know, I hope, if you know C language, the execution procedure of the program is in the sequential order. Nothing but, suppose if you write 10 statements, the 10 statements are executed in the order in which order you have written the code. Nothing but, in simple terms, statement 1 executed first, then statement 2, next statement 3, statement 4, and so on, statement 10. So in which order you develop the code, in the same order, the program will be executed. This is called sequential execution procedure. Okay, this is sequential execution. In what sequential order we developed, in the same sequential order, the program will be executed. Okay. Now, suppose I have a requirement where I don't want to execute the code in the sequential order. What does it mean? I want to skip some statements. Suppose I want to execute statement 1. After that, directly I want to execute statement 5. Then statement 7. Like that. Because I'm not following any sequential order. Or you may have the one more requirement, like suppose I want to execute a single statement multiple times. I have written a statement one time, but I want to execute the same statement again and again, 10 times, let us say. So to implement this type of the requirement, if you want to, the control wants to move from one place to another place, skipping some statements. Okay, or if you want to execute single statement or set of these statements more than one time. To implement such type of the requirements, we must use the concept of control statements or control structures. This is the important to understand. Without using control structures, if you write the code, the execution procedure will be in the sequential order. Now, coming to the control statements concept, we have three categories basically. At the top level, we have three categories. Those are selection statements, or some people may call it as branching statements also. Okay, conditional control structures, you may call it as. Conditional control structures are selection statements or decision making with branching statements. You can use any these three terminology, all are valid. So in this category, we have 5 types of these structures. If else, nested if else if ladder, and switch case. These are the 5 structures belongs to decision making with branching statements. Let us cover this first, then we can go for the second category. Okay, that is looping and jumping. Coming to the branching, that is first category. As we covered, we have only if here as a first category. How to work with the if statement? Very, very simple. The keyword we use if, and we are going to write a test expression, or more simply, that is one condition. If the condition returns to true, this block will be executed. If the condition returns true, if that condition evaluates to true, then the if block statements will be executed. If this evaluates to false, if this condition returns false, then this will be skipped. The if statement block will not be executed. It comes out from the if statement. If it comes out from the if block. So this is about if. See, for example, we have one condition. We evaluated that condition that evaluates to true. If it is true, the statement or statements, whatever you have in the if block will be executed. And it comes out from the out of the if block. If you have any statements out of the if block will be executed. For example, if the condition evaluates to false, then it comes out from the if block directly. What are the statements or what is the statement you have out of the if block? This is if block na? Out of the if block that will be executed in the case where the condition returns false. Okay, so let me show you an example. Let me decrease the size. Let me write more simple code. If x is less than 20, then system.out.println, I want to print the x value. That's it. X value is concatenated with x. Okay. Now see, then I want to make all these are comment lines. Close the if condition, start the if, write the statement or statements depend on your requirement. Close the if. No, let me cover one more point. So if this condition is true, this condition returns true, the statement or statements, whatever you have within the if block, this is if block, will be executed. If this returns false, okay, if this condition returns false, the else block will be executed. Okay, within the else, whatever you are writing, that will be executed whenever this condition returns false. For example, given condition is false, let me write. In the case of the condition is false, then only else will be executed. Close the else. Okay, close the main, close the class. So class name, public static void main string args, declare one variable. Okay, and write the if statement. If x less than 20, create the block, and within the if, write system.out.println x value is, and close the if. Okay. So this is about if condition and black. If this is true, then only it enters into the black. Then next is else. When else will be executed? When the given condition is false. Change the font size here, right, for the better understanding. So else, this is the else block, and we have the statement system.out.println given condition is false, then else close. This is the close of main method, and this is the close of class, right? Save this. I saved this. Now let me execute this code. If else example, what is the class name? You must remember this class name. Control C. Let me copy it. And in that location, just type CMD, press enter. Now it open command prompt with that set path. Okay, already the path is set to our location E. And in the E drive, we have a folder called example programs. Within that folder, I have that code. Then first step is compilation. We discussed already. Java C space file name. If else example. Casing is also important. Java C space file name dot Java, press enter. So it raises errors. If you have any errors in your file, it shows the error information here. So if you are not getting any error, if it is showing prompt again, the meaning of that is no errors in your code. Now let me run it. Java space file name, press enter. Now see, x value is 10. X value is 10. This is the output of the code. Why we are getting that output? Just analyze it. X value is 10. 10 less than 20. Yes, that is true now. 10 less than 20 is true. That's why it evaluates to true. So if block will be executed, else block will be skipped. That's why the if block statement is executed. Due to that, we are getting the output x value is 10. For example, let me change the x value as 50. X 50, x value is 50. 50 less than 20, false. In this case, this if statement returns false. So this if block will be skipped. The if block will be skipped. Else block will be executed. Okay. So let me save this. Control S. After modification, you must use save option. Otherwise, shortcut for the save is Control S. Then again, go to the environment. Compile it. Okay. After the modification, you must compile it again. Compile it. Then run it. See the output. Given condition is false. How we are getting this? Because this returns false, because x value is 50. 50 less than 20. False. This is skipped. Else is executed. Within the else, we have given condition is false output statement. So this is how to understand if else. Done. So try this code. Suppose the given value is greater than 0, you can say that. So we can say that the given value is a positive number. Okay. If x greater than 0, we can say that the given is a positive number, given number. Okay. Otherwise, if you want to use else, you can use that. In the else part, you can write the given number is negative number. Remember, with else, without else, we can use the if. Without else, if you write, that is called generally simple if statement. If the else part, if you write, that is called if else statement. 5 minutes. Then if else is completed now. So if test expression that is true, this block is executed. For your understanding, we are using the word true block statements. Nothing but if it is true, these statements are executed. Or generally, this block is called if block. If this test expression returns false, this else block will be executed. It is called else block generally. Otherwise, you can call it as false block statements. Right? So try this again. If and else. If it is true, this statement will be the output. If this condition is false, this statement will be the output. Next, nested if else, nothing but we can write one if within the another if. Nested. We can write one if within the another if. We can write one if else statement in another if or else. Okay, within the if, we can write one more if else. Within the else, we can write one more if else. Okay, all are valid. This concept is called nested if else. Okay, see this. If condition that might be true or false. If it is true, in that if block, you can write one more if condition. Okay. If it is false, that redirects to the else block. Na? Within that else block, if you want to write one more block, you can write one more if or one more if else. All are valid. See the code. The intention of this program is to determine the largest of the three given numbers. Class name, public, static, void main, string arts as usual. Int A assignment 10, B assignment 20, C assignment 30. Creating three variables and assigning the three different values for those three variables. Declaration and assignment is done by using single statement. If A greater than B, nothing but 10 greater than 20. If 10 greater than 20, 10 greater than 20, that is true. So this is true. The statement returns true. That's why it enters into the if block. Now within that if block, again we are writing one more if. This is the concept of nested if. Writing if within the another if. Okay. And within that if, I am writing one more condition. See, within the if, outer if, we are writing one more if. The condition within the inner if is A greater than C. Nothing but 20 greater than 30. This is false. Okay. So 10 greater than 20. This is also false. 10 greater than 20 false. In the false case, it won't be entered into this block. In the true case only, it enters into this block. If it is false, it goes to the else block. And within the else block, if you want to write one more if else, you can write it. Okay, simple. If this is true, it enters into this block. And within that block, again, you can write one more if else. If this returns false, this complete block will be skipped. It redirects to the else block. Within this else block, this is the else block starting point and this is the ending point. Within the else block, again, we are writing if else. This is how to implement nested if else. Go through this code. If you have any doubts, you can ask me in the next session also. Okay. Very, very basic program. I think you can understand it easily. Yeah, any doubts, please? Yeah, any doubts? Yeah, if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Otherwise, we can stop the session. Okay, right. Thank you. So I'll share this document with you. Go through that. Read the points. If you have any doubts, you can ask me in the next session also. Yeah, I will send you the important questions also. Probably we cover 5 important questions. First one is what is Java and what are the features of the Java? We covered in detail. Next important question is how to download the Java and how to install. That is also very important. We explain about the bitwise operators. We 20 minutes time for that. And the next about the control statement, 20 marks questions. Clear? Even though I will try to send that once again and try to go through that links also. I provided some links to you already. So go through that link. Otherwise, I shared the YouTube channel name of myself. Go through that whenever you are free and try to learn the subject by using those links. Right. Thank you.